Okay, my friends, a while ago I introduced you to this, okay? These are ridge roof pitch factors. This is what we use for when we're actually starting to, like if we want to get our rafters and the whole bunch and our pitches and all that figured out before we actually start building. And to use these, all you're going to need is three little measurements. You're going to need to know the actual width of your like the depth of your material. Okay, so from here to here, which is 7 1/4. Okay, you're going to need to know your hap. Now to get your hap, all you're going to do is use your framing square, get your 712 done up. Okay, let's put you guys over here for a second, see if I can get you here. Figure out your 712. Okay, and then you're going to put then you're going to mark out your seat. Now my wall thickness from sheeting to inside is 3.5. That's my 2x4 wall plus my 1/2 inch sheeting. So I got a 4-inch bird mouth. So I'm just going to bring my framing square down on my on my cut mark, and I'm going to measure it out, make my bird's mouth. Okay, now I need my hap. Now, what is hap? That is height above plate. That is the gap from this part of your bird's mouth to the outside of your board going straight. Not this way, we're going to go this way. And so we're just going to measure that. And we got 5 1/4. Okay, so we got 5 1/4. And now the third number that you're going to need is your span. Okay, and our span is going to be 8 feet. So knowing this, okay, let me bring my pen and paper over. Okay, I got a span of 8 feet. Now that's 96 inches. So we're going to take our 8 feet, turn it into 96 inches. We're going to divide that by 2, which gives us 48. Now our ridge material thickness is going to be single ply 2x8. So that's 1.5 inches. Now I need half of that. Half of 1.5 inches is 3/4. So we're going to take away our subtract 3/4 of an inch. That gives us 47 1/4 inch. So that's going to be our magic number. Now I want a 712 pitch roof. So I'm going to come back over to my list. 712, my factor is 1.158. So all I'm going to do to figure this out is I got my 47 1/4. I'm going to multiply that. I got to turn this quarter into this fraction into a decimal first. So to do that, all I'm going to do is go 1 divided by 4, which equals 0.25, which is 25. So I got 47.25. I'm going to multiply that by my factors, which is 1.158. That gives me a total of 54.7155. Okay. Now I want to turn this decimal place into a fraction. So I'm just going to take that, I'm going to times it by 16ths because I want 16ths. I want to get down to close to a 16th of an inch as I can. So I'm going to times that by 16, which gives me 11.448. So now these are 11/16. If this was 0.5 over, you'd round up. But because it's under 0.5, we're going to round down. So that's going to be 11/16. I got 54 11/16. That is my rafter length, and that is from short to long. What is short to long? That is from this point, the short, to the long of your 712 angle, okay, for your rafters. Now you got your rafter length cut out, marked out. Now all you're going to end up having to do is just add in your overhang. And that's really easy to do. I'll show you that some other day. I'll actually build a rafter with you guys one of these days. I'm waiting for some material to come in anyways. And I'll actually build a rafter with you. But now we've got like really quick, simple math. We know how long our rafter is from short to long. and we know it. Now we want to know how high our ridge is going to be, okay? And this is a really easy one to do. Your ridge is going to be your run, okay? So we need to know our pitch, which is a 7/12. So we got 7 times, we can take our 7, if it was a 6/12, 6/12 would be a 6, if it was a 5, it would be a 5. We're going to times that by our run, which is 47.25, which equals 330.75. We're going to divide that by 12, which gives us 27.5625. We want to turn this into sixteenths again, so we're going to times that by 16, which gives us 9. So now we got 27 and 9/16. Now we're going to take this and we're going to add our height above plate, that measurement that we had, which was 5 1/4, plus 5 1/4, which gives us a total of 28 1/16. So now we've got our ridge height. So our ridge height is the point from our wall, top of our wall to the top of our peak. Okay, so that's our ridge height. So now we know how high our ridge height is. Now for our leg, all we're going to do is to subtract our material, which is 7 1/4. So we're going to take this, we're going to take away 7 1/4, which is 21. So we got 7 1/4 for our material on edge, and our leg is going to be 21 inches. So there you go. Now you got that measured out, you got that done. Now you can go out and start cutting your materials and prepping to build your roof. Well, your guys or everyone else is out building the walls, getting stuff ready for you to get up there on that roof. Now these measurements, this system can be used for doing rake walls. You can build rake walls. Someday I'll show you how to use these numbers to build rake walls. Eventually I will show you all kinds. I'm going to give you all kinds of little cheat sheets like this pitch factor cheat sheet. Okay. And what these are for is so that way if you want to start prepping stuff before material gets delivered, and you know what the material thickness is, and you know what materials are being. If you just have a scrap piece of that material lying around, you can figure these things out. Or if you just want to prep before you actually get to that point, or if you're ordering your material and you need to know how much material to order. And it also comes in handy if you don't have a construction calculator, or if you don't want to be standing out there doing the old measuring it with a square, going down in intervals and increments. But that's what these cheat sheets are for. And over time, I'm going to share alternate cheat sheets, like many cheat sheets. Get yourself a contractor's diary. Smart contractors have diaries because we keep information like this in, tips and stuff like that that we learn, the stuff that we can't fully memorize or we might forget over time or something like that. We keep that information in our diary. It's called a contractor's diary, and you keep information that comes in handy or that will be handy in the future or down the road. And like I said, it could be tips that you learned from someone on YouTube, or tips from someone that you got. It could be information, technical information. It could be like, instead of having to carry textbooks around with you, you have the stuff that you need in your diary, where you know it is at all times. But this is just like, this here is such an awesome little cheat for you to sit there and figure out the math for your stuff really fast and really simple. Like, and you don't need a fancy construction calculator. You can use the calculator that's on your phone, or you can use a cheapo calculator. If you're really good at math, you can just sit there and do it freehand and do a long form of it and get the math done. But it's a real simple, easy, quick way to figure everything out. So you guys want to get out and have some fun and impress people that you work with, pull this trick out, and you don't need a piece of paper. You can do all the math right here on the Rafter, and you can show the guys at the job site how freaking smart you are. So yeah, I can figure this out without a calculator and sit there and do it all out. Just need to know the factor for the pitch that you're going to do. And that's it. And there'll be a link to this cheat sheet for your pitch factors in the description of the video, so you guys can print it out, copy it, or do whatever you want with it. But like you saw how fast we figured it out. Our ridge height, our rafter length, we did it. We did it lightning fast. So smart, easy, simple way to do it. And I hope this actually comes in handy for you guys in the future. So catch you all on the flip side.